Welcome back to another Beyond Paranormal video. Recently we investigated the Royal Hotel in Seymour, Victoria, arguably one of Australia's most haunted locations. And the amount of paranormal activity we experienced at this place was truly mind-blowing. Although we put on our big boy pants and spent the night in the hotel's most haunted room, we chickened out at the last second and decided not to investigate where we were sleeping. Having said that, we didn't sleep all that much anyway, did we?
The Royal Hotel was one of the first buildings in Seymour, an Australian country town. The original structure was built in 1848, with the most recent section, the front of the hotel, dating to the 1890s. The building was central to the community, playing numerous roles over the years, serving as local courthouse, ballroom, fire station, post office, police lockup, and even a morgue, which we found to be the most active in the building. In recent times, the Royal Hotel has been the subject of ghost stories and paranormal investigations. The current owners, Paul and Lee, took over the pub in 2015 and have reported unexplained phenomena such as footsteps in the hallways with no one around, unexplainable scents like perfume and tobacco, and other eerie experiences.
One event involves a man who died of a heart attack in room 5, which is the same room we spent the night in, and now unaware of this fact, the very moment Beth entered the room, she felt a weird pressure on her chest. This information was only brought to our attention later during our interview with Lee, the pub's owner. That night, while trying to sleep, I also felt a squeezing sensation in my chest for a number of hours. This could have been my imagination, considering at this point I already knew what had happened in the room, but it felt very real at the time. So we hope you enjoy this investigation and find the paranormal activity as intriguing as we did. As everyone can see, one thing that Australians are definitely famous for is a lot of beer drinking, and when it comes to that, we definitely don't muck around, except for me and Beth. We don't drink at all. We're non-alcoholic. We just don't like the taste, do we?
No. If someone can explain to us what wine is supposed to taste like, that would be great, because I just taste bitterness. Our first ghost of the night.
God, it's so deceiving from the outside. Wow. Oh, it's just a small little pub. We got all of this.
I was sitting at the bar one night and there was a pot glass in front of us. There was myself and my husband and 2 children who belonged to customers of ours, and all of a sudden this pot glass went up in the air and laid itself down. So it didn't fall, or actually came up and laid itself quite deliberately down. It was just like stunned silence for a moment, and then it was like, did you see that? Yep. Someone passed away in room 5 of a heart attack, and he actually lived in that room. Probably the freakiest thing that's ever happened in one of those investigations for me happened in room 8. They had these 2 devices where the words come up. Yep. Jeff, the medium, said, "There's a young lady here." So they also had the other devices with the red and the green lights. So we were trying to communicate with her, and they said, "Did you die in the hotel?" Every device went red, no. And he said, "Did you die near the hotel?" Yes. So into my mind popped this story that I'd heard about. And I said, "Did you die in the river? Did you drown?" "Yes." I said, "Did you drown with your sister?" "Yes." And I happened to look down at these 2 devices. They were on the bed next to me, and I started reading out the words on these 2 devices. Sinking, panicking, thrashing, breathless, like all these words. The only words that were coming up could describe the feeling of drowning.
So this used to be the morgue, this tiny little section here. They used to shoot the bodies through that little window there. They'd open it up, bodies would come in. As you can see, it wasn't very big. I'm wondering how many bodies they could have had in the one time.
We've got 2 torches there and there. We've got 2 cat balls over there.
If there are any spirits in here tonight, we would love to speak with you. All you need to do is go close to any of the devices that you see, and they will use your energy in order to activate. Don't be shy.
Is the DJI on?
They're going off.
They are.
Is that you setting off the little balls?
Because it went on when I creaked. Oh no. Okay, so I just jumped on the floor to double check that it wasn't our movement setting those balls off. So I'm jumping right now. Harder, way harder than us walking, and they are not going off. If you can, make those cat balls go off again so that we know that, oh my goodness, thank you very much. Okay, so you can hear us.
That is going off.
There might be somebody standing there.
That is quite a reaction.
It's gone. Look, exact same location, and now gone. Oh, that's pretty scary.
We mean you no harm. We mean you no disrespect. All we want to do is make contact with you and have you let us know that you're here.
If you were a spirit whose body was kept here after they did pass on, could you let us know by turning on one of our devices, by touching any one of these strange things that we've put in this room? So do you know if your body was stored here after you died? A really, really sad story of Gladys and Pauline, who drowned in the river just behind this hotel, and we do know that their bodies were stored here. The current owner, Lee, told us that through what she's done with the mediums, that one of those girl spirits is in the building.
Is there a Gladys here tonight with us? If there is, light up one of these devices.
A Gladys or a Pauline? Okay, is that Pauline? That cat ball's going off. Okay, I'm just going to ask again. Are we speaking to Pauline? Is she here? That K2 meter just went off and now it's gone back to background. I really hope that you are at peace now. I hope you know that you don't have to relive your death anymore. Do you feel like having a conversation with us? Because what you're doing now, you could, yes, exactly what you're doing now by, yes, okay, maybe that's a positive thing. So when you do that, that could mean yes for us. And when you don't do that, that could mean no. And therefore we could have sort of a yes-no conversation. If you'd like to do that, make that K2 meter stop. So just move, sorry, this is the K2 meter. If you want to do a yes-no session, just move away from that to stop it. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to take that as you do want to communicate with us. Just to confirm, when you go near this, that's a yes for us. Do you know that you left your life, your earthly life? You do know? Okay, thank you very much. Are any family members with you, like your sister? Your bodies were stored in this room.
So should we take that as a yes then?
So your family members are with you? Do you think that's a yes? Yeah, that's
yes.
A yes.
Thank
okay,
you.
That's really, really going off.
That's massive.
Are you at peace? So just to confirm, are you at peace?
You are at peace. We'll take that as a yes. Light up the lights for me if you're able to travel from here to other places. Obviously not. Light up the lights if you're trapped here and you can't move from this location. Are you still with us, Pauline? I think Pauline's left.
Maybe it wasn't Pauline.
Gladys? Oh.
Are you trapped here? What do you think that means?
Maybe they are and they aren't. I got shivers when it was going off like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty full on. And that was going crazy.
I thought I heard a noise.
Yeah, so did I. I'll just double check to make sure there's no one around. No, there's no one.
This hasn't been going off for a very, very long time. That means a lot to me actually, because when you're asking questions and having a conversation and it's going off, but when you're not pointing your energy or your questions to somebody, then it's not going off. Like there's a base low level.
I'm just going to...
I thought you were going to say I'm just going to leave you, and I was like, no! Oh my God. It was you, but it scared the daylights out of me.
That's good. That's what it's meant to do. A bit jumpy.
An Estes session is a form of paranormal investigation where one person listens to a high-speed radio scanner through headphones and speaks aloud anything that they hear without being able to hear or see the person who's asking the questions. This minimises bias and enhances the perceived accuracy of responses. If you talk here, Louis will be able to hear you.
What?
That's right, yeah. Louis will...
Father?
Anyone here would like to say hello, you could say hello through this.
Help.
Okay, so who said help? I didn't realise it at the time, but the two words father and help are especially chilling On further research, the two sisters, Pauline 17 and Gladys 19, who drowned in the swimming hole behind the hotel in 1918, had gone to the river with their father at about 2 p.m. They entered the water and paddled on a sandbank, unaware of the sudden drop into deep water beyond it. Gladys, a poor swimmer, was carried by the current into deeper water and struggled. Pauline attempted to rescue her, but also got into difficulty. Their father, who could not swim, rushed to help and managed to grasp one daughter briefly, but the other, in a frantic struggle, grasped her sister and both girls were pulled into the water. The bodies of Pauline and Gladys were found later that afternoon and taken to the Royal Hotel, into the room we are in now. Their last words would have been yelling for their father to help them, the words that came through the spirit box. And I really hope that they're not reliving that moment in time over and over again. The 1918 Seymour Express news article reporting this incident is linked below.
Left.
Okay, to my left. Okay.
I see.
You see us? I would love to know who we're talking to, if I could get a name at all.
11.
Okay, I was about to ask how many spirits are here in my mind, but I hadn't said it out loud yet. I promise you that was the next question I was going to ask. Could I hear 11 again?
Yes, fine.
It's
My
here.
foot.
Is
Linda. Clear as day, Linda.
Okay, hello Linda. Did you die here? Do you feel like
Foot.
talking? Okay, foot. Maybe you died, something was wrong with your foot. Are there any other words that any spirits would like to say?
Michelle. You.
Yes, me. My name's Beth and this is Louis. So these devices have not been going off.
Feel free to talk to Beth and let her know who you are, or say whatever you need to say. Or you could light up any of
Here?
the devices. You are here at the moment. Did you die here in this hotel?
Fire?
You died in a fire. Were you brought here to this mortuary when it was a morgue?
Hello.
Hi back. Thank you for joining us. My name is Louis. What is your name?
John. That was very clear. John.
Hi, John. Did you die here, John, in this hotel? Don't be shy, John.
What?
I was asking if you died in the hotel or were you actually brought here to the morgue?
Who?
I'm talking to John, am I?
I heard like a grunt, like
Is this John that I'm talking
Hey.
to? Hey back. Is there anyone else here with us tonight? Pauline, Gladys, if you're still here, we'd love to chat to you. This is a great way to communicate.
I heard bliss.
Okay, so if it is Pauline and Gladys, are you
Pretty?
feeling... Well, I think Beth might be pretty. Not so sure about myself. Beth is definitely very pretty. I seem to think so.
I heard a guy go,
So do we have a gentleman in the room that thinks Beth is pretty? Feel free to speak to us.
light.
Yes, we do have some lights at the moment. Are you finding the lights too bright? Would you like us to turn the lights off?
Where?
From my device, I can turn the light on.
Ah,
What happened?
did you just turn the light off?
Yeah.
You can just see a little bit of light and I thought something like walked
No.
past.
Good way to scare you.
The whole time I felt really nervous.
I asked for a name. You specifically said John.
That word was the clearest word.
I got that same
Chill
feeling,
feeling.
that chill feeling.
The whole time I was sitting here, because you're sort of sensory deprived, you've got something blaring in your ear, you've got a blindfold on. I really felt like something was going to touch me. I was pretty on edge.
Did you feel anything when you heard the name John?
No, I didn't feel anything.
I did bad. Thought my knees were going to buckle. It just feels like something goes right through you in that moment. Kind of like something is standing next to you, but you don't know what. It's the strangest of
And
feelings.
you can't see it.
Yeah, until you experience something, you don't really know how real this stuff actually is. And you saw the K2 meter going off. I mean, it was literally at green for ages, and then the moment you
It's
start conversing,
just been dead.
yeah, it's just been, you can see it's been green for ages, and it's just been doing nothing.
And just to let you know, we will never fake anything. Like, we are not interested in anything like
No.
that. We are only interested in gathering real evidence and doing real investigations.
We don't care
because-
about views, we don't care
Yeah.
about subs. I mean, obviously we'd love that on our channel, but we're more interested in getting real evidence.
Okay, so we heard from the lady there's some playful spirits here. And the middle cat ball went off when we were setting up. Unfortunately, we weren't filming yet. and the REM pod also went off for about 3 seconds when no one was near it. So the lady did say you like to play tricks and you like to stand near the door and laugh apparently. So if that's the case, you might be having a good chuckle right now because we're really sad we didn't catch that on film. So 1 to you, I guess.
That's going off.
Yeah, that is. That device is going off right now, the K2 meter. Okay, that wasn't me because I've come in the same amount.
It's totally stopped.
Sometimes I think spirits can read your mind because I was literally, yeah, okay, you've just confirmed that because it's just gone off again. You get responses to questions that you haven't even verbalized yet, or you've only half got through verbalizing.
It's really going off.
And
that's a really strong signal.
They somehow know. Maybe it's just an energy, like thought is energy, and they can read that.
If you really want to impress us, we know that you can set that meter off to all the way to red. Can you actually set any of the devices off in the doorway? You did it before.
So we've already given 1 point to you, so maybe you can give us a point just so that it's all equal, and maybe set one of those devices off for us, and then it'll be 1-1 and the game can continue.
The K2 meter's still going off.
It is.
Can you touch any of the devices in the doorway?
It's sort of frightening to think that that a person might be standing.
Oh, here we go. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A person might be standing there. So that is quite a frightening thought. I was very excited that you touched that antenna. So obviously you know how that device works. Maybe you've had other ghost hunters here. If you could touch that, I will do a happy dance. I will literally dance and do a spin.
You definitely want to see Beth dance. It's quite the sight.
It's actually really terrible, but it would be so cool if you could touch that again. I'm imagining them having a really good chuckle, you know, maybe we're entertainment for the night for them. So do you feel like having a conversation with us? Because if you set off a device, that could mean yes, or it could help us count. So I'm curious how many...
Oh,
okay, thank you for responding. I'm curious about how many people are here. Are there a few males?
You're doing very well with that meter there. You must have had quite a lot of practice with it.
Yeah, you're really able to spike it.
Yeah, you're spiking it very impressively. What I would like to see you is try and activate any of the other devices that are on the floor.
Wow, you are really, really spiking that thing.
Are you trying to tell us something? Are you trying to tell us that you can't activate the other devices? I think that you can. Yeah, it's definitely a very playful vibe in here.
Can we take that K2 meter, the one that you're standing near right now, could we take that down to 0, please? So don't set it off anymore. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is incredible. I actually feel like I'm talking to somebody. When I get to the number of people that are here, you can make that go off. So I'm just going to count upwards, okay? 1 person, 2, 3, 4, 5.
More than 5, 6, 7.
Okay, thanks. Maybe because you're
7.
a trickster, you did a spin on it and decided to turn on a different device. So there could be 7 people here.
How many males are there in the room? Well, thank you for lighting that one up as well. Do we have some females in the room?
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, in that case, I wonder how many.
Okay, because you like to play, I'm going to play your game and I'm going to do a really silly dance, and then maybe to say thanks for making an idiot out of myself, you could touch that antenna, that REM pod.
Oh, this will be good. I'm just not sure whether your silly dance is really tempting them too much.
I'm sorry, it is a poor deal, but it's all I've got. Now I feel silly. How should I do it?
I don't know. Well, you're the dance expert. I'm the wrong person to ask.
I'm the type of person who will literally only dance when I'm alone in the house.
The funny thing is, the first time I set eyes upon you, you were dancing and I was on stage singing.
Actually, my official dance is more something like this, isn't it? Just repetitive, it's the same thing.
That's
over
pretty
and
much
over
what
again,
I saw the very first time.
Nothing much changes. So if you like that or found that comical, okay. Alrighty, yeah. I am pleased to have provided you a small piece of entertainment this evening.
What's going on? I think you're getting a whole bunch of applause by the looks of it.
I'm not having much luck with doors today.
2 hours later.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Well, which camera do you want to have in here?
That cut ball's on for a really long time. Okay, this cat ball literally is not stopping. I'm just going to switch it on and off just to check. I don't think that's me. That's the second time it's done it.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
All right. Just unplug this for a moment.
The cat ball's going off.
Is it?
People would have entered through these beautiful double doors and they would have come in.
Would have seen me do a twirly whirly.
Yes, more dancing. It's a dancing heavy episode.
Just so you know, back in the day, this place was regarded as like a first class venue. Big ballroom dances when these types of things were popular. This was quite a majestic place in its day.
It's interesting because this room so far, we're getting no hits on anything.
Is there anyone in here with us tonight?
The eeriness and the silence, it just feels like there's dead air and it's actually making me a little nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the K2 meter's not moving, which kind of goes to prove that we're not faking the other places.
Exactly. I do feel uneasy, I have to say. So maybe there is something just observing us or watching us and hasn't interacted yet.
I don't know. I felt a lot from the other two rooms that we investigated, especially the morgue, because I'm feeling nothing here. I think your mind might be playing some tricks on you.
Maybe.
I think it's because it's so dead quiet in here.
Maybe.
Geez, we look scary on this.
Boo. I'd like to just
We just do this.
Oh, there's a clicky sound on your
Yep,
camera.
the clicky sound is me and no one else.
If there is somebody watching us or observing us to see what we're about, maybe you're scared of us or you don't know what we're doing here. Maybe you think we don't belong here. I'm just very curious if I'm feeling uneasy for a real reason or not.
I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear them.
What was that? I actually do feel like around the perimeter we're being watched.
If there's any wallflowers in the ballroom, we've positioned those two devices.
We haven't got a single response in this
No,
room.
I'm not feeling it from this room.
So
at
if
all.
there is anyone here, oh, that K2 just went up. Oh, it just only one notch. There it is, see? Did you see that? If there is somebody here, because we were just about to leave, now it just went up to a bit orange. It was when our attention was off and we were just saying we hadn't got a single response and we were about to leave.
We've been in here for 22 minutes, Bella.
Yep,
It's going to be a lot of
alrighty.
footage. Done doing it again.
Okay, so it did it again. This thing has, the whole time we've been in this room for 22 minutes, the only thing that has gone off is that K2 meter, and it's only gone off when we've just said,
Twice
we haven't
now.
got any responses, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for whoever did briefly touch that, because I did start to feel like I was going crazy, like there was absolutely nothing here, even though I did feel observed. When we leave, I just want to show there was nothing on the other side of the window, no appliance or electromagnetic radiation. We had the K2 meter on the other side of the window here, and there's absolutely nothing, like there's nothing that would have set that off.
Okay, so we're in room 8 now, and this particular room has had a reputation of having a lot of activity in here. Beth, for some reason, is getting a vibe from this corner. So we've put the K2 meter down here. We've got the REM pod and we've got a cat ball. If there are any entities at all in this room that would like to make contact with us, I'm starting to blur my words. I do apologise because I'm actually feeling pretty tired about now. And we're like soft-boiled eggs, it's only 12:30. Today's been quite draining with some of the areas that we have investigated. So right now we're directly above the morgue. That's probably why a lot of people have said they felt activity in this room. I'm starting to think spirits in the country go to bed early.
I feel so uneasy in here.
Really?
I feel jumpy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm scared of sudden movements or...
So if that did go off right now, you'd be pretty impressed. Or pretty freaked out.
Yeah.
Can I expect you to run out of the room?
Did I turn the REM pod on?
Let's see if the REM pod is working. Nope.
Okay, so it does help if I actually turn on the devices.
I'm quite comfortable here. I might sleep here and you can sleep in the other room.
The device that seems easiest for you to let us know you're here is the one with the green light. If you like to let us know you're here, you could go towards the green light. Otherwise, you could make a sound in the room, like a knock.
You sure you want to hear that? It's dead quiet in here.
I know.
Almost deafening kind of quiet. Really surprised even the K2 meter's doing absolutely nothing.
It's doing.
Oh.
It's so funny. That's the only time that has spiked since we've been in the room, and it happened when you were saying nothing happening.
Yeah.
Just move the DJI a bit closer. It wasn't that, right?
No.
You weren't that close.
No.
And it's still not going off.
Can you make this go off again? Has anyone ever died in this room? If yes, try to light up that device. Nothing at all.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Should I try using the app? We're not quite sure what we think of apps that spit out words, but nevertheless, we'll just try and see what happens. So let's see if any words come through. Is there anyone here in this room at the moment?
Many died here. I was treated well. Bed.
Oh my god, we're sitting on a bed. It just said bed, and yes, we are sitting, both of us, on the bed.
Well, that's a bit creepy.
You know, sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical of these apps, whether it listens to you talk and then repeats words that it's kind of heard you recently say, but we haven't said
The word bed.
bed. So we just got the word bed. Does that mean that someone is aware we are sitting on the bed? Are you watching us?
Standing behind you.
Oh fuck. I asked if it was watching us,
Yes.
and it said standing behind you.
I understand you.
Okay, that's good. Do you have good energy or do you have bad energy?
Charlie. The
Actually,
battery.
These devices we're holding, or the lights that are in this room, you can use that energy to make one of these devices go off.
Over there.
over where?
Something is registering. Is there any way, whatever you were doing, you could do it a little bit stronger and that light will go up to orange?
That's it. Keep trying to go a bit higher. There's definitely something going on. Oh, the light just went off.
How much battery did that have?
I don't know, it's been going for quite a while.
I'm in the corner.
I appreciate your efforts. You can't follow us. We decided to set up the K2 meter along with the cat balls, REM pod and a motion activated music box to catch any activity while we tried to sleep. Emphasis on tried. This is what happened. Two hours in, we were having trouble sleeping with the light in the room, and we thought we weren't getting any evidence, as had no idea that the cat balls and the K2 meter had gone off. So we turned the light right down and just left one camera running. Then this happened about 25 minutes after getting back into bed. Unfortunately, we can't prove that no one was touching the top of the REM pod antenna due to the poor camera angle set up by us when we were very tired, but I give you my word it was not faked.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give us the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, sleep tight.